This is NOAA weather radio station, KHB 32, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on a frequency of 162.55 MHz, from the National Service Weather Office in Ruskin, Florida, and transmitting from an antenna located in Riverview, Florida. At 12 noon, gusts were from the north at 5 miles per hour, barometric pressure was 28.9. Alert, alert, alert. This is the Office of Homeland Security. The North Atlantic Radar Defense Command has detected multiple targets entering the upper regions of the Yukon and heading south toward the United States. All residents are advised to proceed immediately to the nearest fallout shelter in the community that serves their current location. This station will only be giving emergency alert information from hereafter. Please continue listening for further updates. Alert, alert, alert. This is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Take cover immediately.
I'm in Atlanta, and the interpretation I have from this is that there was either a biological or nuclear war, because there is no power in the city, and I'm with a couple of other people. There's a woman there, there's a really fat guy who comes along with us, and there's one other dude that's there. And the storyline is that it looks to be like in the sub basement area of a hospital, because the hospital is made of like cinder block, and it really looks nice and maintained inside. And anyway, this is really how the dream begins. We're in the sub basement area, kind of where the down section of the parking lot is, and it's real dark there. And we are looking into this black chasm really from outside, and we're like, we got to get in there and try to protect ourselves from whatever's going to happen next, because I don't really remember seeing any damage, because it was like you had to get inside and out of the elements, that you were exposed to. So we go inside the hospital. The next thing I remember is that we're all three there, although the third guy, he didn't really come into it until later, because we found him inside a section where this fat dude, he starts thinking, I've got to have total control over this situation. So he basically tries to kill us. And anyway, he locks us in one area of the hospital, and there's an elevator there, and we can't get into that because there is no power, so you can't really do anything other than probably you could have gone up the elevator shaft from inside, and climbed to the next area. But we decided to stick it out there. And anyway, the guy kind of like is outside the door, and he's either at one point he starts shooting a gun off at us, and one thing I do remember is that he throws in a siren gas, like a gas bomb or a smoke bomb, kind of like to try and either suffocate us from the gas or from the smoke. And anyway, over time we basically we're just at each other's throats, not so much the girl and me, but him trying to do different things, to kill us. And it was obvious he wanted the girl for himself, I think. And then during the course of this, the guy that I was talking about who was in the hospital already, he showed up. And anyway, we just, all three of us that were locked into the hospital by this fat dude is, we're just there and we're trying to figure how do we succumb this guy or disarm him so we can get out of here. And eventually, I think the fat dude comes in. He figures the only way to kill him off, I guess, is come in and one-on-one combat or shoot everybody. And remember now, there is no power, so everything that we have is just food and water, which I didn't see where it was coming from, but the place we're locked up in is a kind of it's just like a lobby. If you know what a hospital lobby looks like, it's like drab, it's very sanitary, and you have windows that are outside that you can see sunlight. And anyway, it's like eventually the fat guy comes in and just says, I give up. I'm tired of trying to do anything. And so anyway, he's like standing there, and I think he hands the gun to me and says, just put me out of my misery. He's like, there is nobody else but us four here. And I don't remember much more other than that, but it was just such a surreal environment about how life will be after everybody is dead and gone, and this hospital sub-basement was kind of eerie because it's real pitch black down there, and you're thinking, who else could be down there besides the three of us going into the hospital? That's what I kept thinking of was, we're stuck here, we can't get out of this place. But then eventually it became even worse than even that, because this fat dude's trying to kill us, and he's locked us in this one section, and we can't escape out of it. And the contrast of the whole place inside was just, it was you saw no furniture, or at least maybe you saw one table right by the elevator shaft, but there was no vegetation, like plants or anything. And you just kept seeing this cement type block configuration of the walls and everything, and it just it gave the impression to me that I was dreaming this thing, with a half a conscious brain or a half a conscious, energy to do it, because it's like, I guess my mind was just kind of wanting to pass the time by somehow or another. So there wasn't much details. It was just the storyline of these four people who were trying to survive inside this hospital. And really, I don't have anything else to talk about for the storyline about the National Weather Service, because I I wanted to start that off and do something, but my mind's blank other than to say that the tower came down after the explosion of the nuclear war. And I thought, well, I got another story I can talk about. I can talk about what I experienced in this dream. So I decided I would go ahead and share it with everybody. So it's kind of pieced together, I know, but we've done 2 videos already on NOAA Weather Radio. We've done one in Tampa. We've done one in Peachtree City. I think the Peachtree City one was done much better. One guy did leave me a nice comment saying WDAE is his favorite radio station. And if he sees this video, I would ask you to watch the video I made about WDAE and the fact that I went on the air to try to reach out to the Tampa residents, you know, and maybe you might enjoy it. One other thing before closing, this video relates also to the fact that before we went into the city, we encountered this guy who I think he was with the military, and he was telling us, you know, that direction is Atlanta, and he had a placard that he had written, and I guess he posted it like right there next to the road so that people coming in from other areas would see that Atlanta was straight ahead, what was left of it. And anyway, it's an ironic thing when he says it's this direction. It was like you looked up the road and there was that hospital, you know, with the sub-basement, and it's like, well, we're not going to have to go very far to get to it. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and come back again. I'll be doing others hopefully in the future.
Alert, alert, alert. This is the Office of Homeland Security. The North Atlantic Radar Defense Command has detected multiple targets entering the upper regions of the Yukon and heading south toward the United States. All residents are advised to proceed immediately to the nearest fallout shelter in the community that serves their current location. This station will only be giving emergency alert information from hereafter. Please continue listening for further updates. Alert, alert, alert. This is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Take cover immediately.